Happy New Year, everybody. And if you were part of my channel last year, I want to say thank you very much for the support. And if you are new here, I want to say welcome to my channel, and I want you to take a moment and hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any content I upload this year, because there's a lot more coming this year and I promise to give you nothing but the best. So it's 2021, another year, and we are back at it again. And another year means that 365 opportunities to make things right when they go wrong. That is why making every day count becomes important this year. So in this video, I've actually decided to share with you 3 steps to effective productivity. And these steps are steps that I always undertake every year, and it always helps me throughout the year. So I was like, why not share with you guys? Because they are very beneficial. So before I share these steps with you, I want us to look at the definition of productivity. So meaning that if you don't put in effort, you shouldn't expect results. So the effort that we put in is the results that we are going to get. So that's why I've decided to share with you 3 steps to effective productivity. So stay tuned as I go through these important steps. Reflection is that state that you ponder over all these experiences and learn from them. And without this first step, reflection, you can't go on to the next one. So I'm going to share with you some benefits of reflection, which makes it key to effective productivity. And these benefits were stated by Joycelyn Glide, an author and a creator of an online course called Reset, of which she always advocates that reset is also a tool for effective productivity. So the first benefit that she stated was the benefits on the cognitive level. So on the cognitive level, we know that reflection actually increases your understanding of a task. And Albert Einstein quoted that if you don't understand it well enough, you can't explain it. So by reflection, you are able to understand what you achieved, what you couldn't achieve, and how you can actually go on to achieve what you couldn't achieve. And that is a benefit of reflection, which is its benefit on the cognitive level. Again, she stated that on an emotional level, reflection increases self-efficacy. When we take time to reflect, it actually increases our belief and our capacity to execute some behaviors or tasks. And that's why reflection can be synonymous to feedbacks. Feedback becomes very important because it actually increases confidence for you to even become more efficient. So to sum it up for reflection, these are some of the questions that I ask myself, and I want you to ask yourself too. The first question is, what's working that I can do more of? The second question is, what's not working that I want to do different? And the third question is, what's the way forward? And that's why this third question will lead me to the second step, which is creating a plan. One thing I'll say is that creating a plan has to be specific. And this really becomes difficult when you're not someone who really sticks to plans. But I always say that for you to make things happen, you have to sacrifice. And when you are not used to something, you can become used to it by cultivating a habit. And this won't come by one day. It will come as the day goes on. You become used to it as the day goes on. You can have a long year plan, you can have a monthly plan, you can have a weekly plan as well. But the most important plan, which will benefit you in the long term, is a daily plan. You know, when you have a plan, you know where you're going. I've made an example once in one of my videos that when I ask you that you should run, you ask me that where should I run to? And that is why planning becomes important, because it will actually guide you where you're going. So if you tell me that planning is not important, it means that you actually go through your day without expecting anything. If you want no results during the day, you can just get up and just go through the day. But if you really want something out of the day, you have to plan for it. So what I do is that I usually make a weekly plan. But when I draw a weekly plan, I narrow it down to a daily plan. And when you're making a daily plan, the best time to plan your day is the night before. So when you do this, you actually set your mind to a challenge for the next day. So then you are actually prepared for the next day already before you go to bed. And that is what I do. So you can try this as well. Daily plans should be made a night before. And that is the second step to effective productivity. That is planning. So don't tell me that you don't need a plan. You need a plan, especially if you really need something out of the day. You need a plan. So start making plans, start drawing your plans if you really want to achieve something during the day or during the week. So reflection and planning becomes nothing without execution. And that is why execution remains the last step to effective productivity. And with this step, it requires self-discipline. There may come times that you lack motivation, but when you have self-discipline, you'll be able to execute all your plans. That's why I love this quote from the writer Samuel Thomas Davis. And he said that self-discipline is leaning into resistance, taking action in spite of how you feel, living a life by design and not by default. But most importantly, is acting in accordance with your thoughts and not your feelings. So he even stated that you can't even live a life without design, and that is planning. But then execution is only possible when you overcome your feelings, and that is self-discipline. So this year there will be times that you don't feel like doing anything. Not that you are tired, but you are just leaning into your feelings. Remember that whatever you plan to do will never be accomplished when you lack self-discipline. And Jim Rohn also quoted that discipline is the bridge between accomplishments and goals. So here are the goals and here are the accomplishments. And the bridge between both of them is the discipline. So before you can actually cross from the goals to the accomplishment, you really need discipline to execute your plans. So without discipline for execution, goals become mere goals and they will never cross that bridge to accomplishment. It is always difficult to start something new, and I've always cultivated these 3 steps to be productive every year. The first one is reflection, the second one being planning, and the third one is execution, of which if you lack discipline, you can't execute your plans. So that is it, 3 steps to effective productivity. So remember that in the beginning I said 365 opportunities to make things happen. I'm going to challenge myself this year because it's something that I always do, use these steps, but I want you to also challenge yourself this year and use these 3 steps this year if you really want to achieve something. It's always difficult to start something new, but remember that if you really want to see changes, it requires a different you. So I pray that these 365 opportunities that 2021 brings us, you will make every day count for effective productivity. So if you learned something from this video, I want you to hit the like button. I want you to leave a comment in the comment section and share the video with friends as well. It's a new year. I'm expecting greater things this year, and I know you are also expecting greater things this year. Thank you all for watching and see you in the next video.